Good morning. This is Mike Berkley, Saturday the 15th of January. So today I really want to talk a little bit about how acupuncture helps patients to improve the possibility of getting pregnant and staying pregnant. In other words, what actually is the mechanism of action of acupuncture? So in order to have this conversation, I have to first explain what blood is. Blood is a messenger that carries hormones, electrolytes, oxygen, and nutrients to the ovaries and all over the body. Not only does blood drop off these qualitative enhancements, if you will, to the body, these nourishing entities, but on the way back, blood helps to eliminate dead cells and debris. So if you think of your ovaries and your follicles, which contain the eggs, as a flower, and then think about how a flower will thrive if it's in the dark and doesn't get enough sunshine or enough rain. And now think about transplanting that flower into good soil under a beautiful sun, receiving an abundance of rain. The flower will certainly have the potential to thrive and to look much better and to be a healthier flower. So it is with follicles and eggs. So when acupuncture is utilized in the patient who's trying to conceive, and the correct acupuncture points are needled, the result is that improved hemodynamics, that is to say, blood flow, is manifested at the level of the ovaries and then the follicles. It's the job of the follicles to nourish the eggs. So if we can improve the delivery of oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and electrolytes to the follicles, then there's a presumption that egg quality may be improved. And of course, in order to facilitate the new, we have to eliminate the old. And when I say eliminate the old, I mean increasing blood flow helps also to eliminate dead cells. So that's the mechanism of how acupuncture can improve egg quality. Let's talk a little bit about lining quality. Frequently you've heard, many of you have heard from your reproductive endocrinologists, that you have a 10 millimeter beautiful lining. Well, that's debatable. Because just because one has a 10 millimeter beautiful lining doesn't mean that it's a healthy lining. You see, the morphology, that is to say the shape of the lining, is not equal to the blood flow within the lining. So one can have a beautiful lining morphologically, but yet at the same time there may not be enough hemodynamic activity within the lining. Well, we know that acupuncture causes vasodilation, which is to say it takes blood vessels like this and makes them open like that, causing greater throughput of blood. This happens particularly in the uterine artery, and the uterine artery is what perfuses the uterus with blood. So once again, if we can increase the flow of blood to the endometrial lining, there's a better chance that the lining will be healthy in addition to it being morphologically sound. In fact, there have been documented pregnancies on 5 millimeter linings. That's because even though morphologically the lining is not that great, from the perspective of function and health of the lining, it's superior. And so I just wanted to kind of bring this to your attention because many people don't really fully understand how acupuncture works in the context of helping to improve pregnancy outcomes. And I also want to talk a little bit about why acupuncture can be used to help prevent miscarriage. So first we have to talk a little bit about what can cause a miscarriage. There can be an autoimmune attack against the ovaries, or rather against the embryos, I'm sorry. There can be a pathology within the uterine cavity itself, for example, polyps or fibroids. There can be blood clotting issues known as thrombophilic pathology. Or, of course, there can be aneuploidic embryos, embryos which are chromosomally abnormal. So acupuncture can't save a pregnancy where the embryo is aneuploidically unhealthy. And it can't save a pregnancy where there's immunological attack, autoimmune attack, if you will, against the embryo. However, many pregnancies end in miscarriage because not enough blood flow initially gets to the implanted blastocyst, and subsequently not enough blood flow gets to the developing placenta. And as a result of that, we have what is called IUFD or IUGR. This stands for intrauterine fetal demise or intrauterine growth retardation. So you see this, for example, when a patient miscarries and the products of conception are analyzed in the lab and no pathology is evident. So that's probably a miscarriage due to poor hemodynamics. So at the Berkley Center for Reproductive Wellness, it's our policy to treat a patient twice a week for 13 weeks after pregnancy has been determined. And the reason for that is because 90% of miscarriages occur within the first 12 weeks. So we treat for 13 weeks, taking a patient 1 week outside of the danger zone, helping to maintain that pregnancy. I hope this information was useful and informative. I wish you a great rest of the weekend. If you'd like to reach me, you can do so by emailing me at Mike Berkley, that's Berkley, at berkleycenter.com, or calling me at 212-685-0985. And please remember to visit our website, which is berkleycenter.com, BerkleyCenter.com. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.